CEE Brown in your face.
Have you heard of Everything at Once?
Do you know about Everything at Once?
It's internationally known.
Aliens listen to it.
It's the best ever.
If there's something you're looking for in the 814, or feeling a little bored and think there ain't no more, check out Everything at Once and allow it to be your source. It's that raw podcast that's always showing support, highlighting the scene. No need to take I-90 to Peep or 79 to see how it be. Interviewing your locals with mindsets that are global. Innovators and creators on every single upload. So much going on in the EPA.
Incredible content.
Everything at Once will keep you up to date.
Amazing guests.
What you doing? Come through and hang with Tony and Dave.
Community driven.
Bringing everything at once from around the way. Everything at once from around the way. Hey.
Please listen. We love you. Everything at Once.
Everything at Once.
It's time to introduce this show.
The best show on the face of the planet.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you all for tuning in today. We want to thank our Patreon producers, Brian G., Josh W., Ian D., Nick G., and Sadie M.
Patreon, it's an awesome way to support the show and say thanks. You can become a Patreon supporter by clicking the link below and choosing to be an intern, assistant, or producer level supporter.
If being on the production team is too much pressure for you, you can also send any contributions using our Venmo at Everything at Once Studios. We now want to thank all the local businesses who supported this episode. These businesses get the Everything at Once stamp of approval and are critical members of the Everything at Once community. We couldn't do it without them. With winter approaching, are there any last-minute details that you want to change or renovate around your home?
I might, but you know who to call.
Yeah! Ghostbusters!
No, Tony. No, not Ghostbusters. Solid State Construction.
Oh, yeah. Solid State.
Yeah.
Duh. Solid State takes pride in all their home remodeling projects. Solid State specializes in bathroom remodeling, kitchen renovation, window and door installation, custom design work, and more, including painting, flooring, drywall, sidewalk, decks. Get your free quote today by calling Nick at 814-397-7854. Solid people, solid product, Solid State Construction.
You know, Tony, with all these renovations from Solid State, I think we might have kicked up some bad energy around here. Yeah, oh yeah. Luckily, we know just the people to go see.
I know it this time. It's Ghostbusters.
No, Tony! Our friends at Cauldron and Thorne!
Wow. I feel really dumb right now, and I can't believe I didn't think of Cauldron and Thorne, the world's largest witchcraft and metaphysical shop, with everything a person needs to channel the spirit world.
Practice some self-care.
Find enlightenment.
Curse your enemies.
Protect yourself from your enemies.
Bless your friends.
Cleanse your space from negative energies. You can check out all the magical wares available at for these different practices we all love and enjoy at Cauldron and Thorne, 2724 West 8th Street, or online at cauldronandthorne.com.
This week, we have an incredible guest for you.
We'll get started right now before we miss out on anything else. Jay, I'm super pumped you're here. We were just talking shop a little bit about cameras and video footage, something that we're both familiar with. I feel like I don't think I've ever introduced or shook hands and been like, hey, I'm Tony, but I've definitely seen you recording a lot of shows at Basement Transmission.
Oh, yeah. I've been doing that since 2015, actually.
Yeah? That sounds about right.
Yep. That's when I started the Dread Metal YouTube channel.
Cool.
I don't know. It's a long story, but
yeah.
I moved here. I'm an old dude. I'm super old. Right? So when I moved here, it was 2006, and it took me 9 years. My daughter was going to shows, and she was in high school, like 17, 18 years old. And she kept telling me, Dad, you got to go to this Metal Massacre. You got to go to Metal Massacre. You got to go. And I ignored her for a couple years.
Right.
And then I finally went, and Man, I mean, I'm from the Philly area. Like,
Okay.
And I just thought the scene here would be kind of lame. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah,
I thought it
for
would
sure.
be kind of lame. I'm like, Erie, you know,
Whatever,
whatever,
yeah.
you know. And it's the greatest thing I've ever been a part of, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
It's awesome, too. I feel like that because I grew up here and been going to metal shows. Before Basement Transmission, there was Forward Hall and the Hangout.
Yeah,
And
and I've heard about all these
Right.
places, but I'm just a little late on
Yeah.
getting to any of it.
But we always like took pride in our metal scene here. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like we were like, oh, we'd go down to shows in Pittsburgh and be like, oh, these guys they're pussies. They don't even know what they're doing. These circle pits and all this other stuff. And yeah, but it's a great scene, and it comes in waves here too. You know, we've had our ups and downs. I mean, you've been coming since 2015, so
Yeah.
you've definitely seen
Oh, yeah.
the ebbs and
Yeah.
flows when we're getting crazy bands, nationally touring metal bands all the time, and
Yeah.
then you know nothing for a couple years. There's somebody here or there.
It's
and
weird how that works, but kind of like when I got into the scene in 15, there was a lot of stuff coming.
Oh yeah,
You know, you'd see
Whitechapel
like
and,
Whitechapel, yeah.
Upon a Burning Body
Yeah.
and all that
Yep.
stuff. I've definitely seen you at all those shows. I know for sure that I
Even
have.
like Obituary came, like the old guys, you know, and
right?
then
Who is it? Carnifex?
yeah, and then it just kind of just dropped off,
Petered
or
off, yeah.
like kind of even before the pandemic, it kind of slid off a little bit, and it was just weird. But
Yeah.
now it's I'd say right now it's doing really well again.
Yeah.
mean-
I haven't been going to as many metal shows lately. I've been seeing lots of local metal bands like posting
Yeah,
stuff.
the
and-
local scene is really strong right
yeah,
now.
they're thriving
Absolutely.
for sure. It's
Yeah.
good. And then seems like more nationally touring bands that are starting to come around.
Yeah, Heel Heat, Christian Pollock, he's always bringing pretty good national headliners through every now and again, and he stays pretty consistent with that too.
Yeah,
But he's a hardcore guy, so
Right. No, I dig it for sure. It's hard to keep up though, I feel like.
yeah,
If you're not like entrenched in it, you're gonna miss a lot of stuff or not know
Yeah.
who's coming or who's worth seeing. You know what I mean?
there's almost too much stuff sometimes.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because you'll have a local show at this place and then a local show at that place across town, and then kind of bigger shows happening at the Warner. And so it's kind of almost a little too saturated.
Right.
But at the same time, it's a good thing because it's good for the economy of Erie. It's good to
Have people
the
coming out and
bars are
spending money,
packed
having a
and-
good time.
Yep.
Especially if
Yeah.
people are visiting, I feel like that's a big attraction too. You know what I
Yep,
mean? Like,
absolutely.
you know, if they're into any genre, really, there's somebody playing around here that they
Yep.
can go check out and, you know, take in the scene, whatever scene that is, and enjoy it. You know what I mean?
Yep, very true. Very true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not just into metal. I love it all. So, you
Right.
know, so
See-
I try to follow everything that's going on.
For sure. And there's a good, you know, a broad spectrum of all the stuff going on. You know what I mean? The reggae scene feels like it's taken off, and you know, all of the alt rock bands that are out there performing,
Yeah.
and it's just really good right now for a lot of people. So back in 2015, where about in Philly were you from, or what brought you to Erie from Philly?
Okay, the last place, like I grew up in Delaware County. I'm gonna mainly mention two places.
Sure.
One a town called Media, PA,
Okay.
and then literally the worst place in Pennsylvania.
New Kensington or Kensington Ave?
No, Chester,
okay.
Pennsylvania, man. The worst place ever.
Why is that?
Just frequent shootings, always somebody getting killed, curfews,
Stuff like that.
drugs,
Crime.
it's just a cesspool.
Right. And then what brought you up here?
Now the last place I lived at, I grew up there, I got out on my own, got married. I have 4 kids. So,
Cool.
And I was living in Wilmington, Delaware, which is very near there. And I'd cross the border to go to work and everything, and my parents, everything out that way. But it was just so bad. Like, I would open my door. I not even kidding you. There would be like maybe 20 dudes across the street, right across the street from my house. There's cars pulling up. They're buying Coke,
Just not a great
There's
area.
drug raids all the time. Literally DEA drug raids. Dudes
Bashing
are
down
hiding
doors.
Coke and little and fence posts and stuff. And
Sounds like a mess.
there's whores all up and down the street.
Right.
And and at the time my kids are like kindergarten age, I think the oldest one was like maybe 9 at the time. And I just
Need to get out.
couldn't be there with my children anymore.
Right.
Just not a safe place.
And not at all. And believe it or not, a lot of racial tension because I'm married to a white woman, and believe it or not, the neighborhood
They didn't like
people did not really like that too much, and they didn't bother me in particular, but my children got bothered and my wife would get bothered. And it was a pretty consistent thing. So
Damn.
it's just time to go, because quite honestly, I could see confrontation happening. And I'm at that time, I was not one to back down from any confrontation. And it would have gotten pretty bad. So it was time to go.
Yeah.
To get out of there.
Yeah.
And you ended up over here.
And I moved smack dab in the middle of East Springfield on 7 acres.
Yeah.
And
Middle of
promptly
nowhere.
brought a horse. And I mean, I pretty much changed it up pretty drastically.
That sounds like a lot of people's dream.
Well,
Like you go from in this city, inner city, and then now you have 7 acres and a horse. Like, fuck yeah, dude.
That's a big difference.
Yeah, dude.
it didn't quite work out, because the property we came to was my wife's family's property. And, after a while, the arguments and stuff started. So I ended up moving to Conneaut. So now I'm in Conneaut, Ohio.
Okay.
Which is the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Got a good sweet deal on a rent to own. Now I own my house.
Hell yeah. Conneaut's great too.
I like
It's cool.
Conneaut.
Yeah.
So are you still out there now?
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
nice. So you guys travel a little bit to come out to here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Conneaut, I would love to do stuff there, but there's really nowhere to do it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Out here in Erie, I've got Basement Transmissions and I've got Philly on the Rocks.
Yeah.
Those are my 2
Spots.
Yeah,
go-tos.
they're my spots. If I want to do stuff, that's pretty much where I go.
Cool. So nothing out closer towards Cleveland?
I've been out there for stuff, and they have a great music scene out there.
Sure.
I know a lot of those people, the Metal Mafia crew in particular, and everyone that surrounds that band. It's just amazing how they have a very unified thing out there.
It's cool.
We kind of have that here, but it's just kind of larger scale out there, you know?
A little bit more organized too, maybe. I feel like we don't really have there's Was sticker off the wall. Dang. These stickers refuse to stick to my wall. I'm sorry. Northbound Soul and Two Man Happy Hour, I've been trying to hang your stickers like all over the place. These tiles used to fall off. When I first hung them up and we were doing podcasts, they would fall off like every episode. And I went through like crazy tape.
Did you glue them?
I bought like epoxy, tried to glue them. Now they're like hot glued. It's ridiculous. Nothing wants to stick to my walls. I don't really understand why. It's probably just because they're so textured. You know what I mean? It's like concrete block and stuff. Anyway.
Sorry about the stickers.
Sorry about your stickers. We want to hang them up. We love you guys. But what I was saying was that it seems like it's a little bit more not separated, but there's like groups, you know what I mean? All doing their thing.
I do know what you mean.
Right. Yeah. We just had Odd City Productions on. We've had Mayhem Productions.
Yep.
You're in other productions. and there's also other people that are promoting and doing all that stuff out there too.
Idle Star. Idle Star Productions, From the Ashes promotions.
I know Zach was bringing a lot of bands here for a long time too. Zach Thundercloud.
Erie Siren.
Yeah,
Erie Siren Productions too. Yeah, absolutely.
And that's a good problem to have like a lot of different people trying to do a lot of different stuff, but it also leads to its own difficulties, you know what I mean?
But speaking on that, with so many, like when I was doing most of my stuff, there really wasn't too many other people around. It was just like me and Heel Heat Productions. There was Gimp Guy, but as you know, rest in peace, Alex. That's why that one ended. And believe it or not, as horrible as it is to say, I mean, when Alex died, I got a huge surge of his stuff. You know, I mean, there really wasn't a lot of people to turn to, you know what I mean? So I got a lot of his stuff, which really boosted me up a lot. I'm actually thanking Alex from beyond.
Sure.
You know,
for sure.
Yeah, I mean, whenever there's a void like that, someone's got to step up to fill that shit.
Yeah, and I didn't know I was gonna be that guy, but it just kind of like turned out that way, you know, and
it's good that somebody was able to pick that up, you know what I mean? Because that's a huge loss to the community in general, you know?
Yeah.
And
it sure was. That was just terrible.
Right. Yeah. But. And it's just good to see that that people in general are carrying it on, you know, and not letting it stop, you know what I mean? Not letting it stop the music, not letting it stop the bands. And it feels like a lot of the bands are doing they got like they're all spin-offs, you know what I mean? Everybody's kind of growing, you know. You start out as, you know, a band, you know what I mean? You're Odd Atrocity. I'm saying them because they were just on, and now they're Odd City Productions, and they're hosting their own festivals, and they got their own podcasts. And
now I booked them when I was booking them when they were still Lucid.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Before that,
Yeah, and they're like one of the really good success stories. Like, they have just grown and grown, and they continue to grow, and they have just this amazing following and fan base that's always coming to their stuff. And a lot of them are the workers. Yeah, I mean, everybody wants to help them. It's just amazing. You know, they've got bands from other places like Less Than Expected and Dead Cassette coming here all the time, and it's awesome what they're doing. I think it's great how much they've grown like that.
Yeah, you love to see it, and I feel like Erie has that kind of opportunity for anybody, you know what I mean? A lot of people say the American dream is dead, but I think that in a lot of ways it's still very much alive, and especially in a place like this where there's a lower barrier to entry and there's more opportunity. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, just like you have to be, you really have to be into it and love it, you know? Like
And not give up.
Like Jen from Mayhem. Like
Sure.
I would see her at my shows and she was just a huge fan and would come to stuff, and she just decided to, I guess she used to do it where she lived before, long ago, but then she just decided to get in, and that has grown amazingly well too. I mean,
they got that whole voodoo series every week or every month or whatever out
she just went full in, man. Like full in, and she's got stuff just about every week. It's amazing, you know.
Hell yeah. It's good to see. And on the production side too, I feel like I continue to meet more and more like filmmakers and stuff like that out there too. You know what I mean? There's a lot of different avenues for people to grow and explore their artistic and their business side of themselves that they may not be able to do in other ways, about something that they're passionate about, something they give a fuck about, which is just really great.
It's weird too, like a lot of people don't realize Erie's a great place for film industry too. You know, I mean, you would never know it if you're not from around here, but I think people like nationwide should really know about what's going on here and that, because there's a lot of people that do stuff it's just out there on big films, and people just don't
even have any idea. That's what I'm coming to realize too, you know?
Yep.
There's a lot of big stuff happening around this area that you would never have any idea about. That's getting used in major pictures, you know? And our talent pool as far as actors is also so great. Like, along with all of our musicians that are extremely talented, we have so many, like, small theater productions, and those guys are just, like, killing it, you know what I mean? When there were times on set where I was like, holy fuck, like, are we in Hollywood? Did we get some Hollywood actors to come in here and do this shit? Like, this is blowing my mind. And there's so many other people that wanted to be involved that couldn't, and there's talent out there, and they're waiting for an outlet, and being able to provide an outlet for people through, you know, putting on concerts and festivals, or making a film or making a video or whatever, is just so crucial and awesome and abundant. Apparently, that if you look hard enough, you know what I mean? If you're out there and you're in the scene, you see it all over the place.
That's what's weird, because like, that's what my daughter was trying to, like, Dad, there's really stuff going on here. And I was,
whatever.
Erie,
that's out of Philly, right? No, I totally understand.
Erie has a reputation, at least, you know, in the 2000s, of kind of outperforming our size for, like, artistic ability and creation. Like, for a place that's, I mean, we're not a super small town.
No.
But, like, for the
We're definitely not Philadelphia.
We're not Philadelphia.
Or Pittsburgh, or Cleveland.
Or we're not even Buffalo.
You
know, but, like, we have a lot of, it's all of the artistic platforms, like visual artists, writers, media artists, musicians, what have you, cinematographers. It's just an incredible pool of talent around here.
Yeah. I agree totally. I'd have to say it's probably the greatest place that I've ever been a part of. I honestly believe that. I really do. It's way better than Philadelphia ever will be, because it's so big that it's easy fractured.
To get lost.
It's too fractured, you know? There's too many cliques, and nobody ever brings it all together. That's what's cool. Like we were discussing the cliques, right? They definitely exist, no question. But we always bring it together.
Yeah, there's no animosity or anything like that.
You see it at like Metal Massacre or something, and even though that's a metal show, there'll still be some punk bands on it, and you'll still see everybody there.
I feel like Chafee's is a good example too, because you see everybody there, you know, from every genre, music,
Yep.
whatever. Everybody goes to Chafee's.
Everybody has the ability to bring it together here. That's what's amazing, you know. I mean, you're always going to have those different cliques and groups.
Yeah, and there will be a little bit of rivalry and whatnot between groups.
And that's always going to suck, too,
Right.
you know.
But that's
what I mean?
also a component of growth, I think.
It's
Having a little bit of a challenge or a little bit of a kick in the ass to say, you know, I'm going to do better next time, or I'm going to...
I think it's just human nature.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
We're just not perfect, you know. There's always going to be a little something, but I think we do pretty good getting past it, though.
Yeah, no doubt.
That competition's definitely healthy, though. Like, I think it helps create the best music possible.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't even
best shows, best
shows, yeah,
festivals, best whatever. You know,
and
what I mean?
it doesn't even have to be like people you're maybe like contentious with. It could be your best of friends, and you're just like, damn, I got to do better. You know, they just put something sick.
Yeah,
I gotta top
I gotta
them, you know?
do something cool like that. You know what I mean?
We don't really like festivals, for instance, right? We have a bunch of festivals. Like, I just did Dreadfest, and we just had Rainbow Fest. It was like I think the 1 week before Dreadfest.
Right.
And they both did great. I mean, a little different bit of
People,
yeah, but I mean, I still saw a lot of the same people, and the Hootenanny's coming up in June, right? And we're going to see all of the same people, and then some again, probably.
And then Chafee's in July.
And then Chafee's, and then Metal Massacre. And it's all going to be, you know. The Chafee's will be way more people just because, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's just everybody.
Oh, yeah. Right. It doesn't matter. It's good to see that, too, because I started going to that around, like, 2008, 2009, like, graduating high school, going to Chafee's, and just to see how much it's grown and changed. And now, like, some of the bands that were going to Chafee's are, like, Aqueous and, like, nationally touring like crazy on huge set lists at major festivals and shit. And now there's new bands coming in, and they're all top tier, you know. It's just really good to see the progression and the growth that is occurring here, you know?
Yeah. Yep.
And one thing I kind of want to go back to is that, like, if you're not looking for it, you're never going to find it. You know what I mean?
That's true, too.
You know what I mean? If you're convinced that it sucks here and you don't like it and you don't want to participate or get involved, and you're just going to think that there's nothing going on.
You will always think it sucks here then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll never find it. You'll never go to that show. You'll never meet the people. You'll never get connected and start hearing about the things that are going on.
The biggest challenge really around here is the actual promoting itself.
Yeah.
And getting people to realize that there's something going on, because Facebook sucks anymore.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not,
it's garbage, dude.
Their algorithm, it's just trash. Yeah,
it's so bad. No, we've complained about that on numerous episodes about how awful it is to cultivate an audience of 1,500, 2,000, 4,000, 5,000 people, and then reach maybe a couple hundred on a post. Like, what the what the fuck is that?
It's our most talked about subject.
It comes up all the time. Because it's just frustrating, you know what I mean?
I mean, they keep offering me, hey, we'll pay you, you know, your content's getting noticed. And
yeah, we don't do any of that
it's getting
either.
noticed to a point, though.
Right.
It wouldn't pay me enough for me to,
right?
You know what I mean?
And I've heard different people say that have opted into that, like, whatever the fuck it is, the content creator program or whatever. And they've offered us stuff too, but anybody that I've talked to that gets involved with them, they like nerf them. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, this album or this video or this whatever would have been crazy, viral, insane a while ago, and now it's getting to half as many people because they don't want to pay me, but they want me to keep creating more content.
You're right.
Because they need that constant backfill of shit.
Yep.
It's
And
crazy.
It's a big scam, really, in a way. I mean, it benefits them way more than it's ever going to benefit you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
For sure. And I mean, we paid for a couple boosted posts. Like when we were running our crowdfunder, I bought a boosted post for our movie and stuff like that just because it was important and we needed it. You know what I mean? But for the most part, like it's not worth it. And it's so hard to just break through even if you're paying money for your posts to get to your right audience or to the right people or and to get them to take action because of it, you know what I mean? Because like, oh, you see a flyer on Facebook or see a thing on wherever, Instagram or TikTok, however you're getting your information about shit like this. And, you know, am I really going to go out and see that? Like maybe,
I mean, and then you're scrolling past and there's like 3,000 other ones.
Right.
Too,
And then you forget
know?
a day later. You're like, oh. And then next week your buddy's like, oh, you weren't at the such and such show. And you're like, oh, fuck. Well, you know.
Yeah. I mean, it's easy to forget about it. You know what I mean?
Right. It's a Friday night. I get home from work. Sometimes I just want to fucking chill and I'm not trying to remember what's going on, what concert or whatever I should be going to or I wanted to go to.
I think that's a big reason. I'm not sure why, but it's a theory of mine. I think that's a big reason around here where there's a lot of like cross-pollination with the same people going to see different kinds of music because it's not so much following it on social media. It's just people find venues that they like.
Yeah.
And then just
true.
consistently go to the same venues. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that is true because there are people that you'll see at Philly on the Rocks or BT versus Rathskeller Cafe. They kind of have a little different crowd. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's true. And it's definitely venue oriented. Oh, sorry about that, dude.
that's all good.
And I think that word of mouth is 10 times more powerful than any post on any social media. You know what I mean? If my buddy texts me like, yo, you going to this tonight? That's going to elicit a much stronger response of me probably going than scrolling past a flyer while I'm about to go to bed. You know what I mean?
I mean, a lot of people, they don't do like the printed flyers anymore, but you really kind of should do that still. You know what I mean?
Just so you can see them.
Yep.
Write them down, leave them at the venue, hang them on a bulletin board.
Get them at a store or something where people are, and that's how it really does happen, you know?
Right. And I think that there's also a big, like, cutoff point of effort that people are willing to go through to find that information. You know what I mean? A lot of people go to one place, you know, whether it's Facebook or Instagram or whatever. They aren't checking a website or checking something to find that specific shit. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Which, like, I think that we have like a Discord server and I tried to promote it for a while and nobody really got on, but it's such a good like venue to like, you just hop on there, you see what's going on. It's the point.
Believe it or not, I've never been on Discord.
It's like a forum for people to go on and post shit. You know what I mean?
It's like Reddit. Similar to Reddit.
Similar to like a Reddit thing, except they're a little bit more broken up into different servers. But if BT had one and you could just go there and check and see BT shit and talk with the other people on there and other channels and get updates and news and stuff directly to you, that's not hidden behind a paywall algorithm. It would just be like so effective. And I think that in the future someday, like that'll be much more prevalent because these algorithms are not getting any better.
Oh, everybody notices. You know what I mean? It's not, and it kind of happened really quickly too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like one day it was all right, kind of cool, and then all of a sudden it's like, hey, where's my post?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Where's my post? Hey, where's my friends? You know what I mean? Why am I getting 5 posts in a row of people that I have no fucking clue what they're talking about, who they are, any of that shit?
It's very true. I mean, there's friends I haven't seen them probably in 2 years on my scroll, you know, on my feed. You're just not there.
You're like did this person block me? You know, you randomly look at me, you're like, oh no, they're doing all right. They must not be posting. Oh shit, they're posting every day. Like,
Where the fuck have I been?
right.
You know?
Well, but I think it's definitely like, even if you got the algorithm working for you, like, just the human. I'm not a human biologist, but my theory is, like, with all the information that we get nowadays, like, that information overload just makes it hard for people to remember. Like, you think people got their Facebook, they got their Instagram, they got TikTok, they got Snapchat, they go on YouTube, and on every one, well, not so much Snapchat, but like, I guess a little bit, but on all those different platforms that people are using daily, they're literally scrolling through thousands of different posts. So, like,
true.
even if you're like, oh, that's really cool, like, but it's in 3 weeks, I'm gonna fucking forget about that. You know? Like, are you seeing so much stuff every day?
Yeah, I think that someday it'll be a little bit more curated through some other platform other than the social medias that we have now. I think that my grand theory about the evolution of culture and media and social media and promotion and marketing has it moving into these smaller microcosms, like having local, message boards or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
I know what you mean.
I go I like a Erie bands, message board or whatever, and I go on there and I see what the fuck's going on and what bands are posting, what's happening, all that shit. And then I move on with my day to whatever other smaller microcosm has like what I'm looking for, rather than just tons of fucking brain rotting garbage,
I won't get into it on here because it's off subject, but when we're off air, I'll tell you why I think that's never going to happen. And it has a lot to do with the government.
There's tons of reasons why it'll never happen.
Yeah, but it's just a dream that you'd like to see.
That's my theory. My rainbows in the clouds someday, vision of how I will scroll on my phone in the future.
You see it in a good way, like music and supporting the arts, but really what it is, it's allowing people to collectively organize in like a sufficient way. And I don't think the government likes that.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I do kind of know what you mean there. I do.
Mark Zuckerberg loves his fucking money too.
Yeah.
And so do all those other guys,
So do I. But,
yeah, I mean, everybody does, but like, damn, dude. When you're a big owner of a giant social media company, whatever social media company that is, whether it's Twitter or TikTok or whatever the fuck, there comes a point where it's like, damn, you're really just going to keep sacrificing user experience, like human experience in general, and the ability for humans to communicate with each other for fucking money when you have more than you could ever spend in 20,000 lifetimes.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, Elon could feed the world, man.
Right. Oh, for
sure.
Yeah.
He definitely could.
Yeah. Jeff Bezos, any one of them, for sure. But it's, I don't know. Sometimes I fantasize about that. I think about it in my head, like if I won the lottery, how would I spend that money to benefit this city? You know what I mean? What would be the things that I would do to change? And there's just so much work involved in all of them, which like is fine and would be fun and interesting and cool to go through, but like to undertake a task like that is just so monumental to even get off the ground. Like, yeah, I could say like, oh, if I had $1 billion, I could feed the world. Yeah, that would be incredibly difficult. I would have to find and hire like the smartest human beings I could, and then they would have to find and hire 50 more of the smartest human beings they ever could and put them on this task from nothing.
It would pretty much be impossible because I'm sure there's some of those countries that would just kind of refuse.
Yeah, they don't want that shit.
You know what I mean?
Right? We like keeping our people poor and hungry because then they can't.
North Korea would never agree with you.
No way. Or the Ayatollah in Iran. Yeah. He's probably not super keen on getting a bunch of food delivered to his people for nothing. But there's also, I read about this in like a sociology class about the idea of like Tom's. It was about Tom's. It was specifically about Tom's, the shoe company. They make these shoes. They're pretty cool. And you buy a pair and they donate a pair to like some other country in Africa or Asia or wherever it is. And the repercussions of that can be quite detrimental to a early developing economy, because now what the fuck is the shoemaker going to make?
Right.
You know what I mean? Who's going to be... What about the people that are farming cotton or farming whatever material to make clothing? If we just give it to them, we put them out of business, because who can compete with free? You know what I mean?
This is true.
It's a very complex idea, and there's not really a good way to solve it. As far as like world hunger and people like struggling and being in strife, like there probably is a better way, and that's like to teach them how to make shoes and how to use
that would be it.
Their land or their whatever, their resources that they have available to them, rather than just providing them with a free product that nobody's going to learn how to do now. You know what I mean? Like if I'm giving thousands and thousands of shirts away, who's going to be their tailor or their person that their weaver that makes clothes for them? You know what I mean? Those skills are going to be lost.
There's
because
repercussions on other areas. Yeah,
exactly.
Sure.
No free lunch.
No good deed goes unpunished.
Yeah. But someday maybe we'll have that. And
this is why, by the way, it's like a vicious cycle the two of us are in, because we talk about the algorithm and then we go into these conversations, and then the anti-government and social media stuff we get into does not help our algorithm.
Right.
We have not figured out to stop talking about it yet.
It's true. Someday. It's okay. The people that are listening, we appreciate you, and we know that you're getting the good message about how we can fix the world maybe someday. We just need to keep doing stuff.
We need better choices.
We need better choices.
We need better choices.
Our choices are bad and bad.
I got in a really big, well, not a big argument, but like my whole office kind of colluded into a big argument about gun control the other day. And my idea about it was not well received by a lot of people who I feel like are more ingratiated into the system and kind of more cogs on the wheel rather than thinking outside of the box. Because my theory was, or my thoughts were not that we needed more gun control, but we needed better choices for our children that are bringing guns into school that don't feel fucking, so they don't feel fucking hopeless and like they have no reason to live and that they need to murder a bunch of their classmates. Because I think that's what it really comes down to, is that people are depressed, people are fucked up, they don't see any hope, they don't see any future, they don't see any reason to keep doing what they're doing. And if they had some better choices about that situation, or felt like they had some hope or some way to get out of these bullshit, awful places that they're at, then we wouldn't really have to worry about guns, because that wouldn't really be an option people conceived or think of, because they can find their way out of these awful situations.
And a great place to find that is your local music scene.
It's
true, though.
It's true.
Like getting an outlet.
Or a bookstore, anywhere, you know what I mean? But people are so trapped, and resources are so limited, you know what I mean? In certain situations, these barriers that I don't even think about, like having a car, like are fucking huge, you know what I mean? How am I supposed to get out of my block if I can't even like leave my block?
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah. It's not easy to get there if you don't have help too.
For sure, you know? For sure. If you don't have somebody to show you the way, a mentor, a guide, father, mother, uncle, whoever, older brother, sibling, teacher, whoever, it doesn't have to be anybody. I guess what I'm saying is it can be anybody, but if you don't have somebody to show you that there is that opportunity out there, or there's a way to break free of the cycle that you find yourself in, then it doesn't exist. Just like the scene. If I'm not looking for it, or it's not introduced to me, I'm not going to fucking find it.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah. But outside of solving world hunger and mass shootings back to normal level. But I think it's important to talk about that shit too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
That's kind of the whole idea behind this podcast when we started it. I mean, and behind the name, Everything at Once. You know, if something needs addressed or needs talked about, I want to be able to give people a platform to say it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because there are all these algorithms and there are all these barriers to keep people from saying the things that need to be said to better our community and our society and our own little city in its own little way that, I don't know, maybe we affect in some way or maybe we don't or whatever, but at least it's out there and into the universe now for somebody to find if they're looking for it, you know?
I think we're all doing good for the city. I really do.
Yeah.
I mean, our community's pretty strong, actually.
No, I think so too.
It's really, I could never stress actually how it's like the greatest scene I've ever been a part of, man. It's really awesome.
Yeah.
It's like my Seattle.
Yeah. No, I think about that too. I listen to Rogan a lot, and Joe Rogan, and he moved to Austin, Texas, and he was talking about how great it is out there for a while, and we went and visited, and now I'm like looking for my Austin, Texas, or my Seattle, or my wherever. But it's always going to be out of reach if I'm always looking for it and don't accept that it's right here and that I make my own Seattle. You know what I mean?
Yep. Absolutely.
And having that gratitude to find the good things instead of always just saying like, oh, well, we're not Seattle, we're not Austin, Texas, we're not Pittsburgh, or we're not wherever. And I think that a lot of people are trying to fix their problems geographically rather than internally. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we're trying to find
I do know what you mean by that. There are a lot of people that move away and then they find out the grass isn't that much greener on the other side.
For sure.
You know, and they end up back here.
Right. And it's funny, too, because, like, now I'm in my 30s and stuff, and a lot of my friends that moved away are, you know, to bigger cities, and they're, like, coming back now. They're like, oh, dude, I can work remote. I can live here for next to nothing compared to what I was paying in the bigger city, and now I can afford to have a family, or I can afford to go on vacation, or not be fucking strapped as fuck, broke as shit, trying to figure out how to pay my bills.
Like when I lived in the Philly area in Wilmington, Delaware, always broke. I mean, I made money and I got by.
Had a job, all that shit,
had everything, you know. But it's like beater after beater car, you know, and just making the rent, and just making the bills.
Having a big list of shit that you want to buy that you can't.
You can't do much of anything, really, you know what I mean? It's just, it all has to go into the living expense, you know? And then moving here, I was like, and honestly, I didn't have a job when I came up here. I just and I literally I just left my house.
Yeah.
Like
Peace.
Didn't sell it. Not just screw it. I'm just gonna leave this mortgage go and take the hit.
It is what it is.
Yep. And I just left it behind because it was that bad. You know what I mean? Ended up being the greatest thing ever.
Hell yeah, dude. Love that.
And took the hit on the credit, but it all washed out.
Yeah.
You know? It all washed out.
Takes a little bit of time. But you know, things get better, especially when you move yourself into a better situation. And I think that mental change comes along with it.
Yeah.
Not to discourage anybody from a geographic change, but the mental change has to come with it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Moving here was good for my mental for sure. I was not the same person that I
Well, it
am.
sounds like you had a lot less stress and things to worry about that you generally shouldn't have to fucking worry about as a human being, like your wife being white.
Yeah,
That sounds like a huge stress reliever to me, not having to worry about that.
Yeah, not worried about that anymore.
Fuck, dude. I can't even imagine.
Yeah, it's, you know, people say, there's some people that say, oh, you know, black people can't be racist. Yeah, they can.
I'll let
they
you say that.
actually can.
But I feel like anybody can be racist about anybody or anything or whatever. It's just a mental thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
that's true.
And anybody who's a victim, regardless of what color their skin is of racism, is it's fucking shitty that it still happens in our world today. And it definitely does. And people that say it doesn't live,
And it's getting worse.
Exactly.
You know, that's the bad part is like overall it's like getting worse.
I think that like the separation between people and the economic strife doesn't allow for this sense of community and for this sense of people to bond and to see that like we're all just human beings, you know what I mean? Everybody's so laser focused, especially in a situation where you're like struggling to survive and like one thing breaks and you're fucked, you know what I mean? If my AC breaks, I'm not gonna be able to fix it. It's gonna be hot as shit. It's gonna fuck up my whole summer. If my car breaks, how am I gonna get to work? My whole life is fucked up. And when people don't have to live like that, they're able to take more enjoyment from their fellow man because they're not so laser focused on their own shit and worried and stressed and all of those other things that come along with those types of situations.
Yep, I do agree with that. I do. Yeah, that is very true.
When I'm not so focused on my own problems, I can start seeing other people's problems and having some empathy. You know?
Yeah. Well, you got to go out too and meet those people.
Yeah, and I'm not
gotta
going
do
out
that
if I
as well.
can't afford to like barely feed my kids or do whatever I'm doing.
Yeah,
you know?
you really
That's
don't.
definitely a
you
barrier.
can't do anything really, you know, when it's like that. And I definitely was there for a long time.
Yeah.
A long time. But
Erie's
are
a cool
different now.
place. Erie's a cool place. Like it's a mix of city and country. all in one.
Definitely.
You know, you could drive 10 minutes in any direction and see farms.
Yeah.
You know, maybe like 15, 20 minutes.
15,
you know?
20 minutes.
But that's nothing crazy. That's like.
And there's like no interaction with those people like where I come from in the Philly area, but here it's just kind of cool because everybody knows everybody, you know, and
It's nice to be able to know someone local and support their endeavors, whether it's music or business or art or whatever it is. It fosters that sense of community. You know what I mean? It fosters that brother and sisterhood amongst all the people here.
yeah, and it's cool too. Like another different thing you see here, right? Like look at a lot of the bands around here. Most bands, you see a band, they're all the same kind of person. You know what I mean? Like in Erie, you could have somebody that's like 65 on guitar and then the drummer's like 20,
Right.
you know, and it just works. It's very, very different, very odd, but it's really cool, you know?
It's good. And I think that lack of population kind of lends itself to that in its own way. You know what I mean? You kind of take
true.
It's not like there's 50,000 drummers in the city of Erie. Like there probably are 50,000 drummers in Philadelphia with a population of 1 million, but it fosters these different kinds of connections between people because, you know, this guy may be 65 years old, but I need a drummer and we both like the same kind of music. We want to fucking perform. So guess what? We're fucking friends now. Dude.
Yep.
And you're probably going to teach me a lot about life, and I will probably teach you a lot about being a kid again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, what's hip, you know?
Right, right.
For sure.
It's cool. And I like seeing that too. You know what I mean? When you see people together that you wouldn't normally think of as friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
It's a huge bridge, and it just shows the strength of like the scene around here and the music and the business and the community that we all have. We're all kind of neighbors in this smaller city. Yes, and we all know each other.
Agreed.
In our own way.
And nobody's really doing it for money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's just not really a lot of money in it.
No.
To be honest with
Not
you,
around here.
No.
No.
I mean,
You're doing it because you're passionate, because you're having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we're not going to make
half
any...
of the time I know, especially if I'm bringing like a band from out of town or something, I'm probably going to lose money.
Yeah.
And it just is
what
what
it
it
is.
is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Fuck it.
But we're going to have a show, and we're going to have a good time, and you're going to learn about this band that came from
And then maybe next time...
wherever. Yeah, it might be better.
It might be better, you know
yeah.
what I mean? These people that came are going to tell their friends, like, oh, you're not going to want to miss it, dude. We saw them last year. This is going to be the shit. Let's fucking roll.
Yeah.
And it's just all a process, you know what I mean? It all continues to grow and evolve and develop. It's been an interesting conversation down here today.
Yeah.
We've done a lot of different things.
A lot of different things. We solved world hunger. We talked about racism and talked about the music around here.
And we've boiled down scientific fact. This isn't the first time we've talked about it on here and had a guest from somewhere else say it. Erie is the greatest place on the face of the planet.
It is awesome. Erie is awesome.
That's one person from Philadelphia and one person from New York City, if you remember that episode, that said Erie is the place to be. So suck it. No,
No, just go out and enjoy it.
enjoy it.
Except that it's
Everybody
amazing here.
get into actually listen to Erie music.
We got a playlist now, too.
Yeah, listen to the artists. Make this place the new Seattle. This is the new Seattle.
Hell
this
yeah.
is where it's at, man. The bands are great, and they're different. It's not the same trash you're going to hear on the radio every day.
Hell yeah. Well, Jay, it's been super fun. Thanks for coming out.
Wait,
with us, dude.
Wait,
Oh.
hold on. Tell us about shows you got coming.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
definitely.
all right. Nobody knows about this yet, but all right. June 9th, like a little over 2 weeks, I have from Rochester, I have Cops coming. Kopps, Cops. They are a how could I explain it? A synth pop dance dark
hell
wave band.
That sounds fun.
They're gonna come and you're gonna want to dance and party. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
And being Erie, we've got Eden on Fire opening up, a very, very multi-genre show, and we also have Lee Marie opening up. And so we've got Lee Marie's alt blues. We've got traditional symphonic metal with Eden on Fire, and we've got dark wave synth with Cops. So
Hell yeah.
it's gonna be cool. And October, because I don't do shows like I used to now. I kind of slowed it down for 24. I did 6 years of just gung ho, you know.
No,
But I've got 2 festivals coming. One is being put on by Mrs. Dread Metal.
ooh, hell yeah.
That's going to be called the Cozy Craft and Music Festival.
Oh, that sounds like the Mrs. Everything at Once is gonna love that.
Think kind of mellowish, more hippier vibes.
Cool.
Lots of coffee and just cool, really handmade crafts, you know?
Love it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And we'll probably have 8 or 9 bands for that one. That's going to be on October 19th at Basement Transmissions. That's going to be on October 20th. Excuse me. Correction. October 20th at Basement Transmissions. October 19th, though, I am having another festival of my own, doing Thrash Punk Bash. And it's going to be all like thrash punk bands or even like thrash metal bands, maybe some hardcore bands, grindcore, that kind of thing, you know?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun too. That should probably be, I'm thinking 8 or 9 bands, maybe even 10 for that one.
All right.
Hell yeah.
Very nice.
But yeah, that will be on October 19th, Basement Transmissions. And then October 20th, I'm doing one the very next day.
The Cozy Craft.
Yeah,
Hell yeah. This is awesome. Make sure you follow Dread Metal Productions.
Yeah.
On Facebook, Instagram, all the shit. Find them out
Yeah.
there. We'll tag them in the posts and all of that fun stuff. Y'all are the best. Thanks to our sponsors, everybody that contributed. Just so you know, I don't know if you guys can read that, but KARANORMAL is a wrap. So that is going to be July 19th. We're going to have the premiere. We still have a few tickets left. Like literally there's, I don't know, enough that I can count on one hand.
They might just be gone.
They might be gone by the time you see this. So get them quick. That's going to be at Feed on July 19th. So check that out. And thanks all our sponsors. Thanks everybody to support us. Thanks everybody tuned in and listened and hung out with us today. Peace out.